Darkness settled over Hill Crest House like a heavy cloak. The mist outside thickened once again, crawling across the veranda and seeping into every crevice. The bloodstain in the main hall glimmered faintly in the lantern light, its edges pulsing as if breathing. Pronab secured the main door, but the sound of the wind outside felt different now, too deliberate, like a low chant. Riddhi could swear he heard faint footsteps in the corridor, slow and deliberate, even though everyone was gathered in the hall. Suddenly, the old piano in the corner let out a single sharp note. Ping! The group jumped. Then came another note, and another. The keys pressed themselves, forming a slow, mournful melody. "The flute," Tithi whispered, clutching Sohini's arm. But this was not the flute. This was the house itself singing. Riddhi's eyes darted toward the staircase. "She's coming," he breathed, not sure how he knew it. The air turned icy cold. Their breath came out in white puffs. The portraits on the walls seemed to shift, their eyes following, their painted mouths curling in faint, mocking smiles. Then it began. A woman's voice echoed through the hall, low and anguished. "Robert, where are you? Why did you betray me?" The sound was everywhere, above, below, inside their heads. The lantern flickered violently and went out. Darkness consumed them. Sohini's camera flashed involuntarily, lighting the room in harsh bursts. In those split seconds, shapes appeared. A figure in a flowing white gown, hair wild, face half hidden in shadow. Each flash brought her closer. Pronab shouted over the wind, "Stay together! Do not answer her!" But the voice grew louder, calling their names one by one. "Riddhi, Sohini, Tithi." It was soft yet commanding, like a mother calling children home. The bloodstain on the floor spread rapidly, snaking toward them like living veins. Ark grabbed Tithi's hand. "We have to leave now." But every door they tried was sealed, as if the house itself had locked them in. Riddhi clutched the diary. "There's something here, something she wants us to see." He flipped through the brittle pages, landing on a final entry written in a hurried and trembling hand. "The truth lies where the flute calls. Face it, or be lost forever." The flute began again, its melody rising above the storm. It came from the hidden room behind the bloodstain. Without a word, Riddhi stepped forward, the others following despite their terror. The blood-like trail guided them, glowing faintly in the dark. Inside the secret chamber, they found an old wooden chest. Pronab forced it open. Inside lay a skeleton draped in remnants of a white dress, a silver flute clutched in bony fingers. A locket rested against the rib cage, its glass cracked but revealing a portrait of Loma, and beside her, Robert Stanley. The air erupted with a deafening wail. The figure of Loma appeared behind them, her face pale and tear-streaked, eyes burning with grief and rage. "Justice," she hissed, the word echoing like thunder. The house shook violently. The bloodstain flared bright crimson, surrounding the group in a circle of light. Sohini screamed as the floor beneath them trembled. Pronab stepped forward, voice steady. "Loma, we know your pain. We see your truth. You were wronged, but let the hills carry your soul now. Let go." The figure paused. For a moment the fury in her eyes softened. The flute's melody slowed, turning into a sad, gentle tune. Her form began to dissolve into mist, the lantern flickering back to life. The bloodstain faded, leaving only faint marks like dried petals. The oppressive cold lifted, replaced by the soft scent of wet earth. But before vanishing completely, Loma whispered one last time, her voice almost tender. "Remember the hills. They remember everything." Then she was gone. The house fell silent, the piano keys resting in peace. The night of vengeance was over.
The first light of dawn seeped slowly through the misty windows of Hill Crest House. The storm had passed, leaving behind only the soft, damp scent of earth and tea gardens. The house, once oppressive and alive with restless spirits, now seemed to exhale, relaxing into a fragile calm. Riddhi, Sohini, Tithi, Ark, and Pronab gathered in the main hall. Their faces were pale, eyes wide, still haunted by the events of the night. But a quiet relief settled over them. They had survived, and something in the house felt different. Pronab broke the silence. "The spirit, Loma, she's gone, but not completely. The hills hold her memory. She will always watch, but tonight we've given her peace." Tithi shivered but smiled faintly. "I thought I'd never see the morning. I was so scared." Sohini placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We faced it together. That's why we're still here." Riddhi flipped open Loma's diary one last time. The final pages revealed her story, the love, betrayal, and the tragic end. A cautionary tale, yes, but also a testament to courage. "Whoever confronts the truth of Hill Crest House will find both terror and clarity," the diary read. Outside, the mist began to lift. The tea garden sparkled with dew. The first birds chirped, and the sun, pale but steady, began to warm the slopes. It was a new day. Riddhi wrote in his notebook, "Tonight, Hill Crest House showed us fear and history entwined, but it also taught us courage, unity, and respect for the past. The hills remember, and so do we." As they packed to leave, a soft, distant sound floated through the valley. A flute, gentle and sad, carried on the morning breeze. No one spoke. They simply listened, knowing that some spirits never leave completely, but peace can be found in acknowledgement and courage. They descended the winding paths toward Darjeeling town, the mist dispersing behind them. The shadows of Hill Crest House faded, but the memory of the night, the bloodstain, the whispers, and Loma's presence remained etched in their minds. Ark looked back one last time. "Do you think it's really over?" Pronab smiled faintly. "For tonight, yes, but the hills remember, and some stories never truly end. They wait for those who are brave enough to witness them." With that, they disappeared down the trail, leaving Hill Crest House nestled in the mist, silent, yet alive with the echoes of the past. The dawn had arrived, not just a new day, but a release, a fragile peace, and a haunting reminder that history lingers in the shadows, waiting to be remembered.